A couple days ago, a friend contacted me and told me about a situation that was going on with Tim Tebow and the Denver Broncos. And I'm not a big Tebow fan in terms of his football status, but I respect his religious beliefs and respect that he's so open about them when so many people aren't. This friend was telling me about how um, Brady Quinn was interviewed by Sports Illustrated, ESPN, the magazine, forget which one it was, and made some very disparaging remarks about Tim Tebow. Brady Quinn said that Tim Tebow was not a leader and that his praying on camera was just for show. He claimed that he was the real leader of the locker room and claimed that he prays with the team when the cameras aren't on. And he talked about how Tim Tebow was raised and saying he was raised by extreme Christians and whatnot. To me, as a sports blogger, journalist, writer, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call me, it's one thing to criticize somebody because of their abilities and talent in their sport. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what our job description is to critique things. But to judge somebody and criticize someone because of their beliefs and attack their beliefs is wrong. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. I'm a sports writer and I do video posts. If someone wants to critique my style on how, I write things or how I post my videos and what have you, go for it. I'm open to criticism. I'm open to constructive criticism. I'm open to judgment on that subject. But don't sit here and attack my religious beliefs. I'm a Christian. Should that affect how I write, how I video blog, how I do stuff like that? No. To me, three things need to stay out of sports. Politics need to stay out of sports. Religion needs to stay out of sports. And racial ethnicity needs to stay out of sports. And what I mean by that is don't judge an athlete based on his religion. Don't judge an athlete based on his race and racial ethnicity. Don't base an athlete on their political views or what have you. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'll be honest with you, most of America does not care about what an athlete's religion is, what an athlete's, racial ethnicity is. I'll tell you another thing, nobody really cares about what Barack Obama thinks about March Madness or the Super Bowl or the NBA. Nobody cares. Barack, stick to politics. Thank you. Back to Brady Quinn. I don't know if Brady Quinn's bitter or jealous or what. But here's the thing. Tim Tebow may not be the greatest quarterback ever or whatever. He's not even in the elite. Not even in the good of quarterbacks. I think he's subpar and mediocre at best on the field. But the fact that, number one, he gives it his all every time he goes out there. He puts his body on the line for his team, and he is a good role model. Not just for his teammates, but for young athletes and for people, all over the country. So that's my feeling now. To me, let me tell you something. Brady Quinn was supposed to be the savior of the Cleveland Browns. Now look how that turned out. Brady, you're nothing. You were somebody at Notre Dame, but you're nothing in the NFL. and you never will be anything in the NFL because Cleveland disowned you and Denver benched you. And I'll be honest with you, in terms of the Denver Broncos, nobody is ever going to live up to how great John Elway is anyways. So you know what? Everybody needs to stop trying. Brady Quinn's never going to be John Elway. Tim Tebow will never be John Elway. Heck, Jay Cutler learned the hard way that he couldn't be John Elway. To me, that's all in ability, and that's all in talent and attributes. And it's great that we live in a free society and we can criticize those talents and attributes and skills. But like I said, even though we live in a free society, it doesn't make it right to judge somebody and criticize somebody because of what they look like or what they believe. And that's where I have the issue with Brady Quinn. Why attack his religious beliefs? It's one thing. Hey, you want to attack how he plays on the field? Go for it. You're entitled to that. I mean, you're entitled to attack anything of what Tim Tebow is, but still, it's like I said, racial ethnicity, religion, and politics need to have no effect on sports. I mean, look at Jeremy Lin. Most of the country is happy for Jeremy Lin's success, but there are a few jerks out there, like Floyd Mayweather Jr., saying, "Oh, well, Jeremy Lin is only getting national attention because he's Asian and he's just not another black or white player in the NBA." Well, you know what, Floyd Mayweather? Guess what? I don't mind saying this. Screw you. Who are you to judge what's good and what's bad in sports? At least Jeremy Lin's not abusing his wife or girlfriend. At least Jeremy Lin isn't hanging around with gangsters and drug dealers. Yeah, I said it. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's what Floyd Mayweather does. He runs his mouth all the time. Yeah, you heard me. And guess what? Nobody cares. Even Dana White thinks Floyd Mayweather's comments were racist. And Dana White doesn't speak out much about any other sport except the MMA. What does that tell you? Nobody cares about what religion or racial ethnicity you are when you are an American athlete playing an American sport. It's like I said, politics, religion, and racial ethnicity should have no bearing, no effect, and no impact on American sports, American professional or college sports. An athlete is an athlete, and leave it at that. This Brady Quinn thing brings up a whole issue of all of that. It opens a can of worms, as you would say. Do you really think America cares that the majority of players in Major League Baseball are of Hispanic heritage? No. Do you think the majority of America cares that, the majority of the NBA and the NFL are made up of African Americans? No. They don't care about that stuff. They care about how good their team plays. They care about how their favorite athlete plays. And that's all that should ever matter. It's like I said, nobody wants to tune in to ESPN and watch Barack Obama and politicians make their picks for March Madness. Nobody cares. Leave the athletes' personal lives alone. Leave their racial ethnicities alone. Leave their religious beliefs alone. If you want to judge them for their ability, if you want to judge them for their talent, and you want to judge them for their skills and criticize them, by all means do it. Because that's what sports fans, that's what the sports media, that's what writers in the sports world do. That's what they do. But to attack people, attack their personal lives is ridiculous. Is absolutely ridiculous. And so the last thing I'm going to say about this is, Tim Tebow, you're a great person, you're a great role model, you're a great citizen, and you're a great Christian. You're a brother in Christ to a lot of people. Keep doing what you're doing, keep working hard in the off season, and don't let jerks like Brady Quinn or anybody else tell you you can't do something, and don't let anybody ever change who you are. And that goes for any athlete, any person, anybody that's anybody. Don't change who you are, and keep working to be the best person, the best athlete, the best musician, the best entertainer, the best anything you want to be. That's all I have to say about this. And as my motto said, and I've had my motto for a long time, controversy doesn't come without criticism. And guess what? You want to criticize me for what I just said? Go for it. I'm willing to listen and read your comments. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and God bless.